Someone, somewhere, was supposed to sit you down and teach you 25 things about money. Nobody did. Your school skipped them. Your parents did not know them. Your friends are still guessing. The gap between knowing these truths and not knowing them is the gap between a life that builds and a life that spins. I am going to walk you through everyone right now. Some you have heard pieces of. Most you have never heard out loud. By the end, you will have the education nobody gave you. And you will see why the ones who got taught early pull away so fast while the rest are still trying to catch up. Here is what makes this important. Financial education was not taught badly. It was skipped. The chapters got cut from the book. The dinner conversations never happened. The ones who have the money today got the information somewhere. A mentor, a book at 23. The one uncle who figured it out. Everyone else is operating on incomplete information. Give someone the missing chapter and they stop being broke. Keep the chapter from them and they stay there forever. Let me hand you those chapters. Number 1. The rich are not smarter than you. They had access to the information earlier. That is the entire story. If you had been handed the same information at 17 instead of 37, your bank account would look different right now. Think of it like two kids at the starting line of the same race. One gets a map, one does not. The one with the map runs the same race, but they know which turns actually matter. They know where the shortcuts are. They know which hills to skip. They know when to sprint and when to conserve. Same runner, same track, completely different finish. Number 2, income without investment is a treadmill that never ends. You can run faster. You can make more. You can chase the raise, the promotion, the bigger job. It all gets absorbed. The bigger the income, the bigger the lifestyle that meets it. The belt keeps moving. The only way off the treadmill is to turn income into assets before the lifestyle catches up. Most people never learn that is the move because nobody told them the treadmill was a trap in the first place. Number 3, compound interest bends slowly, then violently. For the first 10 years, it looks like nothing is happening. The numbers feel small, the growth feels boring. You are watching a flat line and you are convinced you made a mistake. Then the curve turns. Year 11 does more than years 1 through 5 combined. Year 15 does more than years 1 through 10 combined. The ones who quit in year 3 never see it. The ones who stay past year 10 cannot believe what happens next. Number 4, broke people ask what something costs. Wealthy people ask what it returns. Same item, different question, different life. A $5,000 course is expensive if you ask about cost. It is almost free if you ask about return. A new car loan is affordable if you ask about monthly payment. It is a silent fortune if you ask about what it returns. Cost is subtraction. Return is multiplication. One question keeps you small. The other one quietly builds the empire. Quick pause. If any of this is starting to click, there is a deeper breakdown you need. It covers how to actually apply these truths to your life. It lives inside my free wealth blueprint, link below. It is the 30-minute reset I wish I had read at 22. Grab it when you have a clear 10 minutes. Keep going. Number 5, your network is your net worth. Only the network you actually activate. Everyone has contacts. Almost nobody uses them. Every wealthy person has someone they call when they need something. And that call is the one thing schools never trained anyone to make. Warm the network before you need it. Cold outreach from desperation almost never works. Number 6, assets feed you while you sleep. Liabilities eat you while you sleep. This is the single sentence that changes how you think about money forever. And most people have never heard it stated that cleanly. A car is a liability. A rental property is an asset. A new phone is a liability. A course that teaches a rare skill is an asset. Know the difference, and the rest of the game opens up. Number 7, debt is a tool. Cash is a shield. Neither is evil, neither is holy. The mindset that sees all debt as bad keeps you from using it to buy assets. The mindset that sees cash as safe keeps you holding too much of it, while it silently loses value. Wealth gets built by the people who understand what each one does. Number 8, the tax system rewards owners more than workers. It always has. Nobody told you this in school because school was designed to produce workers. The person who owns the business pays a lower effective rate than the person who shows up to work inside that business. Same dollars, Different labels. The label is the difference between quiet wealth and getting hammered every April. Number 9. Money sitting in a checking account shrinks every year. Silently. You cannot feel it happen. You will never see a notification. The dollar you put in at 25 has less buying power by 35. Even though the number on the screen looks identical, the people who leave money in checking are watching it leak while they feel perfectly safe. Number 10. Inflation is not a news story. It is a tax you pay for holding cash. Every year, you quietly owe a percentage of your savings to the system, and you pay it in purchasing power instead of dollars. The ones who understand this shift money into assets that outrun inflation. The ones who do not sit in cash and wonder why they feel poorer even though nothing changed. Number 11. Most real wealth gets built in boring businesses. The cleaning service, the plumbing company, the dental practice, the 12-unit rental portfolio. Nobody posts about these online because they are not photogenic. Meanwhile, they are generating the kind of cash flow that the exciting businesses dream about. Number 12. A raise is capped by the company you work for. Ownership has no ceiling. Every job has a number above which they will not pay you. That number is usually way below your actual value. Meanwhile, the person who owns a small business, a rental property, or a piece of equity has no one above them. No manager deciding what they are worth that year. No HR cap. Ownership removes the lid. It is the single most overlooked escape route from wage ceilings. Pause here for a second, because I want you to see what is actually happening. Every truth I have named so far is simple, not easy. Simple. None of them require a PhD. None of them require inherited money. None of them require perfect timing. They just require having the information. And the reason the gap between rich and broke stays so wide is that this information never reaches the people who need it most. The richest education in the world is also the most under-distributed one. You are getting it right now. Keep going, because the second half hits harder than the first. Before we go further, if this is the kind of content you want to go deeper on, there is a place for that. People applying this in real time, every day. That happens inside the 1% Club. School.com/VYBO. You will find people replacing broke information with rich information daily. Jump in when you are ready. Back to the list. Number 13. The windfall does not save you. The big sale, the jackpot, the sudden bonus. None of them fix a broken relationship with money. Every lottery winner who went broke within 5 years tells the same story. The money showed up. The mindset did not. And the money always leaves when the mindset that received it cannot hold it. Number 14. Skills compound faster than money. Money follows skill. This is the most important sentence in this entire video if you are under 30. Stop chasing income and start building the skill that generates it. A person with a rare, valuable skill is permanently employable, permanently bankable, and eventually permanently wealthy. Nobody can take a skill from you. No market crash, no layoff, no bad quarter. The skill travels with you for the rest of your working life, earning for you in every economy. Number 15. Your identity caps your income. Always, without exception, there is an amount of money you subconsciously believe you are allowed to make. Every income you ever earn will dance just below that ceiling. Watch this pattern. You will find a way to lose a chunk of the extra. You will sabotage the deal that would push you past it. You will turn down the raise that would break the comfort zone. The ceiling is not made of skills. It is not made of opportunity. It is made of who you think you are. Raise the identity and the income follows, not the other way around. Number 16. The tax year ends in December. The broke realize it in April. The rich plan for it in January. Planning your tax situation before the year starts is the kind of adult move nobody teaches. It separates builders from strugglers, quietly, every single year. Number 17. Every hour of entertainment is money traded for comfort. Not bad, just know what you are buying. You are spending time you will never get back for a short-term neurochemical hit. The wealthy trade some of those hours for growth. Not all of them, just enough to bend the curve. 3 hours a week for 10 years rewrites a life. Number 18. An emergency fund is not an investment. It is permission. Permission to take risks elsewhere, knowing your downside is covered. People who skip the emergency fund skip the ability to pursue bigger upside. The fund is the launch pad, not the destination. 3 to 6 months of expenses sitting quietly is actually the thing that lets you move. Number 19. Time in the market beats timing the market. Most of the time, by a wide margin. The people who tried to time their entries and exits almost always underperformed the people who just stayed in. The boring move is the winning move. This is the most anti-excitement truth on the list, and it quietly builds more wealth than anything else. Number 20. Dollar cost averaging is boring. It is also one of the most quietly effective wealth strategies ever written. The same amount every month into the same assets for decades. The ones who do it look boring in their 20s and wealthy in their 40s. The ones who try to be clever almost always end up behind. Here is the one almost nobody catches. Number 21. Your earning power in your 20s and 30s is the largest asset you will ever have. Protect it, sharpen it, sell it at the highest price the market allows. The ones who neglect their earning power in their prime years never fully recover. They cannot generate the surplus they needed to invest. Income is the fuel for everything else on this list. Number 22. The wealthy sell during euphoria. The broke sell during fear. Same event, opposite behavior. When everyone is celebrating, the wealthy are quietly trimming. When everyone is panicking, the wealthy are quietly buying. The broke mind runs on emotion and does the opposite at exactly the wrong moment. They buy at the top because everyone is buying. Watch the pattern. They sell at the bottom because everyone is selling. This pattern repeats, generation after generation, and almost nobody escapes it without being taught. The ones who were taught ignore the crowd. The ones who were not become the crowd. Number 23. A budget is not a cage. It is a flashlight. It shows you where the money is actually going. The ones who hate budgets hate what the flashlight reveals. Fix your relationship with seeing the numbers, and the numbers start behaving differently. What you measure improves. What you avoid measuring always gets worse. Number 24. The first 6 figures you save is the hardest stretch of wealth building you will ever do. After that, momentum does most of the work. The early years feel like dragging a boulder uphill. Then the hill levels out. Then the boulder starts rolling. The people who quit in year 3 never feel the slope change. After year 10, the snowball does the work. And now, the last one. This is the one that outweighs every truth above it. Number 25. The single most important money decision you will ever make is who you partner with for life. Not the investment, not the side hustle, not the career, the partner. The person you spend the next 40 years making financial decisions with will multiply your wealth or divide it. Slowly, daily, compoundingly. A wealth-aligned partner is a silent accelerator. Every good decision becomes a shared one. Every hard stretch gets split across 2 shoulders. A wealth-misaligned partner is a silent break. Every good decision gets debated into the ground. Every win gets absorbed before it becomes wealth. Most financial advice ignores this completely because it feels uncomfortable to say. I am going to say it anyway, because leaving it out would be leaving out the biggest truth on the list. Picture 2 couples starting at 25 with the same incomes. 10 years later, one couple is quietly wealthy. The other is quietly drowning. Same starting point, same city, same raises along the way. The only difference is the conversation they have about money on Sunday mornings. One couple sits down with coffee and treats the numbers like a project they are building together. The other couple avoids the topic until it explodes, then fights about what got spent last week. Over 10 years, that difference compounds into 2 completely different lives. Pause for a second. Go back through these 25 one time in your head. Which 5 do you already live? Which 5 are about to become yours? And which one hit hardest? That is the one to start with this week. Not all 25, just the one. Here is the recap in one breath. Information over intelligence, assets over income, returns over costs, skills before money, identity caps income, owners beat workers, time beats timing, buy fear, sell euphoria. First 6 figures is the hardest. Partner is the biggest decision. Those are your missing chapters. And if you got this far, you already know the next move. Truths do not fix anything on their own. The habits running underneath them are the real test. 15 habits are silently killing the success you're trying to build. That breakdown is next. Tap it.